It's nice when you know that the place where you buy your hair is right there. It's nice to know that the people that look like you are around. It's nice to know that you're not the only person fighting some kind of identity crisis. It's probably why I've stayed in the Blacktown area, to be honest. I remember very early on, my mum was obsessed with my hair and would love to take me on trips all the way out to Bankstown, because there was one lady who she would ask, can you do this new Alicia Keys style on Angelica's hair? I got very used to sitting for up to 10 hours with my bum on a seat, playing that snake game on the brick phones. When I look back at all of my primary school photos, there's so many different styles. This really big, bouncy, curly kind of braids that are in two little pigtails on the top of my head, or cornrows slicked all the way back as long as to my butt. To me, having a bob kind of style of braids and having beads at the end and purposely trying to sway them and annoy people with the sound of them kind of beating on top of each other. So there's a bit of a menace with that style, but I loved it. You get into the last years of primary school and then into high school. That's when you start to see yourself in various different ways, and people have thoughts about what you should look like. Straight hair, curly hair, what's ugly, what's not. People are very vocal about it. I was able to mask so much of my, Black Nigerian identity because I was born here. The thing that I felt like was always harder to hide was definitely the hair part of it. If there's one thing I wasn't secure in, it was that, because it was always a thing that I would be picked on. If I was to stand outside, and the joke I would get in school was your hair doesn't move in the wind, and I hated that joke, but that's what texturizing / relaxing or perming your hair would look like. I remember in year 6, I wanted my mum so badly to perm my hair. I didn't really understand that whole curl pattern thing. I didn't care about the ringlets on my head or whatever. I just wanted my hair to be as straight as possible because I thought that that's what would be most desirable. I don't know who I was desiring at that young age, but anyway, I ended up just doing it myself, which is actually really bad because it's a process of mixing a chemical that's very harsh, that when you put it on your hair, within 5 minutes, you can feel your head, this a burning sensation. My mum came back home and there was definitely a lot of yelling, but I felt happy. I felt great. Now my hair will be luscious and long and I will look more like what people want me to look like. And I'll get less of those comments about my hair being strange. There would be moments where another parent with a kid would come into the hair shop and would point to me and be like, hey, look at how her head looks. And you just see the kid just roll their eyes or just look away. And to me, in those moments in the chair when I'd see that happen, that actually read oh, people just don't like themselves here. I'm not the only one. I would see in the parents the feelings of fear and judgment, and I could resonate with the feelings of where is my place and should I have a place here anymore? But that's why when I think about my hair, it's such a metaphor for it, because it was one of the first instances of me questioning my identity. We have to have a space where we can commune and actually have more conversations like you would in the hairdresser, so naturally, about who you are and what it means to be you in this country, and do that in places that we feel safe. My name is Angelica Ojinnaka-Psillakis, and I've lived in the Blacktown local government area for most of my life. There are 13 other Blacktown stories to hear, and you can see photos of everyone and read more about them on the website, impactstudios.edu.au/weareblacktown. We Are Blacktown is a UTS Impact Studios production. It's produced by Britta Jorgensen, Jane Curtis, and Celine Teo-Blockey. Research by Jackie May. Sound design by Melissa May. Podcast artwork by Alexandra Morris. Theme music is Beaming by Friday. The executive producer is Olivia Rosenman. The executive producer of Impact Studios is Sarah Gilbert. Thank you to everyone in Blacktown we spoke to. We Are Blacktown is part of an audio project embracing place-based principles called Welcome to Blacktown. This project is supported by the Paul Ramsey Foundation. I'm Angelica Ojinnaka-Psillakis. If you want to hear more about Blacktown, you can listen to my story in Sink or Swim, a podcast about staying cool in Western Sydney and learning to swim as an adult. It's the story of one hot Australian summer that doesn't match the postcard perfect image, and it's a window into our climate-changing future. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
The sun is beaming, I'm sticking to the leather. I must be dreaming, there must be something better. Give it some meaning, nothing lasts forever.